My M42, wife F43, gets angry at our kids and only refers to them as mine. How do I get her to stop and apologize to our kids? This is confusing and I think just stupid. My wife and I have 3 kids together, 2 girls, 1 boy. These are all our biological children. My kids are at that age where they're finding themselves and learning what their interests actually are. Lots of self-expression. I'm a very open-minded guy and I don't care what my kids are doing as long as they're healthy, safe, and most importantly, happy. One of my daughters is going through her emo phase. I had one too at her age. My wife doesn't like this at all. She absolutely despises it and criticizes her every time she sees her with her makeup and black clothes. She wants her to dress normal, in her words. I don't care, like I said. I'm the one who bought my daughter the clothes in the first place. My wife has been doing this thing as of late where when she's angry, she'll make snide remarks disguised as compliments, and then get offended when called out. I call her out when she does this to our children. I think it's incredibly immature and downright cruel to do to kids, especially our kids. She'll then claim that we're all dogpiling on her and that she's sorry for being such a concerned mother who wants her kids to be normal. I've had multiple conversations about this with her. I think this is where her behavior came from, but I'm not sure. When she gets mad about the way our kids are dressed now, she says things like, "Look at how your daughter is dressed," and "Go get your son before I say something to him." I don't like this. Our kids are starting to hate their mother for a variety of teenage reasons, and this isn't helping at all. I don't want their relationship to deteriorate because she can't handle a bit of black clothing. My son is the last to figure out his own style, so he's been starting to latch onto his older sister's scents and music. My son was always a mommy's boy before this, so it's driving my wife insane. He painted his nails black last week and his sister did eyeliner on him, and my wife nearly passed out from shock. This caused her to demand he take it off, scolded our daughter, and made her cry. My wife had then called me while I was at work telling me that I better come get my kids before she gives them a reason to hate her. I luckily got to go home, and when I got there it was a bit of a wreck. My son was fuming on the couch and my 2 daughters were nowhere to be found. When I asked him what happened, my wife came storming out of the kitchen ripping me a new one for allowing this kind of disrespectful behavior. While she was yelling, my son said that he hated her. She shrieked at me to control my kid, and I could see how hurt my son was to hear that. He went up to his room without a word, and I calmed my wife down enough to get the story in her words before telling her that she can't do that and needs to apologize. She hasn't as far as I know. She's been giving me the silent treatment ever since and I'm honestly just tired. I don't give a damn what my kids are wearing or what type of music they're listening to. I know from firsthand experience that if a kid can't do something, they're going to find a way to do it and start lying and sneaking around, and we all know how that can end. I don't want that. I want open communication and a great relationship with everyone. This is stressing me out. How do I get my wife to apologize and stop saying these things? There are kids and I know this rift is going to only get larger. My wife is beginning to resent me too, I think. Edit. Just to add some things, I would go to war for my kids. My children weren't showing signs of depression, just dabbling with style because it's popular on TikTok. I had a shitty upbringing and vowed to be the best dad I could. I'm trying. I've tried to keep most of this fighting behind closed doors as well. I don't believe in your kids being involved in the fighting between parents. I've been paying close attention to my kids and went out to eat on my day off with my 2 that are having problems with their mother. I bought my other daughter a new makeup thing for your eyes to show her that I didn't forget about her either. My wife was not always like this. My wife was great with the kids and always a very even-tempered woman. I have no idea where this behavior came from, but it is concerning. She's never mistreated our kids and used to be the proud mommy in the crowd at their school plays. No one is interested in therapy at the moment, but I especially want to get my wife the help I think she needs. She was always a very supportive, positive woman and that's why I fell in love with her. I do not want to divorce, but if it truly came down to it, I'd be fighting for full custody. I don't care if our kids wear some makeup, are goth, gay, into sports, dandy, or whatever else it may be. They're my babies and I'll fight tooth and nail if it comes down to it, but I pray that it doesn't. I love everyone involved.